Hello and welcome to this week's news. This is going to be a weekly series where I update you on what we've been working on and how your feedback is getting integrated into our software. So, we already talked about this week. I just thought I'd make a quick little summary video. So, if for whatever reason you lost the link or you wanted to hear this message again, you can kind of refer to this email and get like a quick summary on how we will be moving forward in the new year. So the first thing that happened was we introduced 3 new links. Now this is excluding ClickUp. You guys already know ClickUp. You see how we use it. So that's fine. These are 3 new links outside of ClickUp. Now, in my last video that I made, I kind of foreshadowed us changing our design tool. We started off with Adobe XD, which served its purpose, but we quickly learned that it's very hard to share all of our updates. If we didn't do weekly meetings, it's kind of really hard to kind of get everyone's thoughts on what is going on. So for that reason, we switched to Figma. Figma is a design tool similar to Adobe XD, but the biggest benefit here is any change I make gets updated instantly. So if you guys wanted, you could even just sign in onto Figma. And if I happen to be working at that time, you can actually see my mouse move and do things and whatnot. So it's a really cool tool. Not that I expect anyone to watch me work or anything, but whenever I make any updates, you'll see all of the changes immediately. So when you click on the Figma link, which if you're wondering where it is, in this email, there's going to be a section at the bottom that says quick links, and one of the buttons is prototype. That's what will bring you to Figma. You'll notice that you don't have this left and right panel. That's because you are on view only mode. So you won't be able to kind of like click or move things around because that would get really hectic. But essentially what you can do is look around the board and see all the updates I made and even leave comments on suggestions. For whatever reason, if we don't have a meeting that week and you want to just leave a comment, you can do that as well. Now, you also don't have all these tools at the top, but what you do have is this hamburger menu and probably a move button, and somewhere you'll be able to comment. So in order for you to kind of just go from one page to another, because you'll notice we have 4 pages here, you will need to click on this hamburger menu, which will pull out this drop down, and you'll see the 4 pages here. So in my case, I have it right on my panel, but essentially the 4 pages are design system, join business, join app, and random. You don't really care about design system and random. Those are for me, but all the updates to the prototype is going to be done on join business and join app. Join business is what it sounds like. This is the business web app, and join app is also what it sounds like. This is the marketplace and customer portal. So depending on what we're doing that week, the updates will be on the appropriate pages. Okay, so that is Figma. The 2 other links that we're introducing are links to our application. So the first link is a QA link. So you'll see qa.business.joinapp.io. And the other one is the actual production link. So this is business.joinapp.io. Now you'll notice that the link was completely different than what it was before, because before we were working on this service called Heroku. Now, this is a pretty big change, even though it may not seem to the eye like, oh, there's not any new screens that were added. Migrating from Heroku to AWS was a really big benefit. The first one is, well, there's 2. The first one is a lot easier to understand, which is this is just significantly faster. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I sent you the Heroku link, what it would first do is it would say error. It would need you to then refresh, and then it would load. And it was like a 5-minute process just to get the first page to load. On AWS, these two new links, everything is significantly faster. So you'll immediately feel that what we have, even though it's still a lot of work to do, moves significantly faster. That was the wrong link to click. That was a terrible example, but you know what I mean. So that's the first one. So the second link is the production link. So again, still on AWS. So what's the difference? Well, when the developers are done coding, they first put it up onto QA. So when it's in QA, we know to go and check it. We can see if there's any bugs or if there's any issues, or if we have any additional thoughts that came up about the user experience. So maybe like, we've been looking through on Figma a lot on how to set up a facility. And you guys went through the prototype last week, and generally the feedback was good, except for a few minor tweaks that we need to make. But again, like I'd ask you guys to go through that flow on the QA, the actual software, and see, okay, well, from the prototype to the actual software, what is the real difference? Is there something that isn't working here? That's the type of conversations we should be having on QA. Bugs, critiques on the user experience, critiques on the user interface, that sort of stuff. Once we kind of iron out the problems, the urgent problems on QA, what the developers then do is push it up to business.joinapp.io. Here, there should be no experimentation. Whatever is here is working, should be bug-free, and this is what you can confidently build your business on top of. So essentially, you can add your activities, you can add all your different facilities, the leagues, start adding some player detail, some customer detail into the system, and you can actually start building this up. QA, on the other hand, this is where like we put like dummy content, like things that are not really like you wouldn't really try to build up your business on top of this. Maybe we'd put a few facilities, a few activities, a few leagues just to try it out, but the real tool is business.joinapp.io. Okay, so quick summary, we have Figma for designs, we have qa.business.joinapp.io, which is pretty long to say, but this is our QA server where we test things out. And then we have business.joinapp.io, which is the actual real deal software. This is where we will be migrating all of your information onto. Okay, that is the end of my video. If you guys have any thoughts, as always, feel free to message me, to call me, whatever it may be. If you guys have any suggestions on how to make this process smoother, so how can we get feedback in a better, more efficient, more effective way, I'm totally open to hearing that. As I mentioned last week, feedback is so important to us. So feel free to share. If not, I will speak to you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.